So, I actually made a mistake clearing out my bags because I accidentally sold the spider legs for the quest. So I had to go back out and recollect the 5 spider legs before we turned all these in. So I figured we'll start here, go here, and kind of, well, actually, maybe we'll go this way. Yeah, let's do that, actually.
We will persevere.
Oh, thanks for giving me a hand. I was dreading the thought of venturing into the woods this close to Deathhold.
Stay the course.
Level 20 and giddy up, and we get Blade of Justice. I like this ability. And yeah, you get you get these PvP talent things here. Yeah, whatever. And of course, War Mode. Yeah, forget that. Now, as a paladin, you'll notice that I actually got the mount that you actually could have gotten. It's the vanilla thing of doing the quest to get the level 40 mount and the level 60 mount. That paladins and warlocks had. So just kind of ignore this stuff. What matters now? Farewell, chauffeur. Ta-da! Now this time, I'm not going to sell the spider legs. And now, we're going to repair our stuff. So we've got 4 gold on this character. So, of course, this is the kind of stuff that you can get access to. If you want to rock a set early on, you can do that. These are the kind of things that that you can have available as a Blood Elf low-level character. You could either go with, I have that available. I have this available, and I have this available, but I don't have the gold available to do it. I don't have the gold.
Farewell, friend of the Grummles.
Now, what weapons could I be rocking? Well, there's the Rune Blade of Baron Rivendell. There's the 2-handed axes. Two-handed maces. Sulfurous. Yeah. Sulfurous, the hand of Ragnaros. Why not? Anyways.
May your feet find...
Alright, so now let's hop on the mount that I had to spend quite a bit of time acquiring. I almost reached triple-digit attempts on this mount. Of course, that pales in comparison to Ash's, which took me 247 attempts. I will never forget that. Having to take every one of my high-level characters to Tempest Keep, and having to do the entire roleplay thing of Kael'thas and the council of Illidari, of Sindori that he had with him. The whole thing, every time, every week, on multiple characters. Oh my gosh. I was so relieved the day that finally dropped.
Yes.
How may I help you? My apprentice wasn't able to take care of this herself? I shall have a word with her when she returns then. Knowles or not, speaking of which, why didn't she return with you? That one is a handful and going to be quite a challenge to properly train. Thank you, Paladin, for bringing these samples to me. We are hoping that we can uncover some special property from them that will help in the fight against the Scourge. Please take this coin as a token of my appreciation.
Keep your wits about you.
Alright, now we'll make our way over back to the Farstrider Enclave. So, we're using... If you want, let's go ahead and use this for a bit. Just to show it off. Look, I had to spend so much time getting this. This is like the primary mount that my Blood Elf Mage uses. Because I modeled him after Kael'thas, because of course I did. And he's mainly a Fire Mage. So, because of course he is. And if you're wondering why, well, that's because in Warcraft 3, Kael'thas was actually one of my favorite characters. And then the whole thing with the Burning Crusade happened, but we're not going to go into that. Not right now. I love that it's basically just kind of, flying just above the ground.
The dark times will pass.
You've done well. It's important that the plague doesn't spread to the healthy wildlife in Eversong. I have more work for you if you're looking for something to do. You've proven your worth as an ally. I need you to continue your task and track down more plagued wildlife, and this time seek out some of the more dangerous species. Hunt the spindleweb lurkers west of the Dead Scar and vampiric mistbats just south of here. Return to me when you're done.
Stay the course.
Don't worry, we're not going to start that right now. We're just focused on turning in quests.
Victory lies ahead.
Huh. I'm surprised that's not popping up. Good, good. You handled that very well. Let's see if you're up to something a little more difficult now. Ah, there it is. Time for something a little more challenging. Zebnoa to the south is where the more powerful Shadowpine trolls make their home in our continuing effort to keep the troll numbers to a minimum. I'm dispatching you to go down there and assail them by whatever means that you have at your disposal. What do you say? Ready to deal with some more trolls? Well, as long as they're not Darkspear. Bring me Kelgash's head. Wanted, bring the head of Kelgash the Wicked, chieftain of the Shadowpine Trolls, to Captain Helios. No questions asked. Kelgash is known to dwell somewhere to the south in Zebnoa. Reward, yes, but no advances. Okay.
We will persevere.
I appreciate your help. It pains me to see the spirits of my ancestors in their pitiful state. May they finally get the rest that they deserve.
Remember the Sunwell, Anu Belore de la Na.
Do you have those weapons yet? With the Shadowpine numbers decimated, we'll finally be able to turn our attention to the fight against the Scourge. I'll immediately send a few rangers out to survey the damage that you wreaked upon the Shadowpine trolls. I've no doubt that we'll be able to mop up after your offensive and launch an attack on the Scourge soon if these weapons are any indication of your success. Here, I want you to take this coin in payment. It's burning a hole in my pouch anyway.
To all who oppose us.
I am forsaken.
I don't have to remind you that we can ill afford this trouble with the troll dead rising in our very backyard. We have enough trouble with Deathholm to the south. Mummies being raised by troll priests. Clever. The Shadowpine trolls must be trying to bolster their numbers through necromantic means. I'd wager that these oracles were using the juju in their reanimation ritual. Once again, you perform your duty as befits a paladin of your growing reputation. Take this with my gratitude. I'm on loan to the Farstriders in an attempt to help with their troll difficulties. I believe that I have a solution to their problem. At my disposal are a number of potent poisons. The trolls, as you know, are living creatures and therefore must eat. If we combine my poison with their food, well, I'm sure that the results will be entertaining. Care to help rid us of the Shadowpine trolls at Zebnoa to the south? The camp straddles both the north and south sides of the road to Zul'Aman.
Remember, patience, discipline.
It's not far off, for this to be an actual thing. And I've always liked this, partly because there's a skin that you can wear as Uther in Heroes of the Storm, where he is using sulfurous. So the idea of a paladin using sulfurous is not too far off.
Our
to me,
enemies will
anyway.
fall.
This is a most grim and undignified business, Paladin. I trust that you will complete this task? I did. Ugh, disgusting, but necessary. I can assure you, you have done a good deed by investigating this matter. Please take this, as a token of our generosity and appreciation.
Shalama Ashalinore.
And just like that, we've already reached a whole nother level. We went from 20 to 21 just by turning in these quests. And we're not even done yet. Let's now head over here. I'll deal with those later. Because I have my mount, I can now turn off these and these. Leave me alone, apparition.
our enemies will fall.
With these necklaces, we shall once again summon an Aquanshian. Aquanshian. That thing! The rebellious elemental will pay, and our deaths will be avenged. I'm already honored with their faction. That willful elemental ended many lives that fateful day when he revolted against us. By calling to the lowly Murloc to sabotage our rites, he subverted our magic and turned it against us. Show him our thirst for vengeance has not waned. Take these medallions and lay them at the altar of tidal mastery at the bottom of the lake. Aquanshian shall immediately answer your summons. Beware, Blood Elf. Without our magic controlling him, his wrath will be unrestrained. Destroy Aquanshian so that we may
Farewell.
rest. I'll go ahead and quickly take care of this, because this is just a, hey, summon him and beat him. So. I summon thee. To die! There we go.
Glory to the Sindori.
Really? You have avenged our deaths and broken Aquanshian's grasp on our souls. We may finally rest.
The reckoning is at hand.
Good for you. Actually, let's just go ahead and hearth over there. Because I have my Hearthstone bound to that area over there where all those question marks are. First thing I'm turning in is that Spider Legs one, because I ain't risking that little mishap I had earlier again. How much gold do I have now? 4.
Your gold is welcome here.
Very well, these will have to do. No, don't describe them crawling around. I don't want to know. I'll work my magic upon these legs, and they'll turn out quite tasty. A little spice here, a pinch of herb there, and then, of course, some arcane ingredients, and voila, a meal fit for a queen. Or in this case, a dame. Your service has been adequate, Paladin. Here, take this recipe and some samples. So yeah, you get an extra cooking recipe if you want to make crunchy spider surprise. And that's exactly what you get. 5 helpings of crunchy spider surprise. Blech. Forgive me if I don't vomit from the very thought of actually eating parts of giant spiders that have been walking around in the Ghostlands.
Hello.
Just as soon as I get the rest of my supplies, I'll be open for business. The forces here aren't going to get very far if they can't purchase what they need to ply their trades. War zones can be such profitable places, wouldn't you agree? Now, did you manage to find your way to my cart through all those ghouls? With the rest of my supplies here, I can finally open shop. I'm sure that the High Executor will be most pleased to hear that the war on Darkon and the Scourge can commence. And, of course, there's the small matter of your recompensance. Very well, Paladin, here is the coin that I alluded to. Do be sure to drop by should you find yourself in need of any trade goods. And now he's a trade supplies vendor.
Trust no one.
Hey, Vandrel.
The dark times will pass.
Your success at Golden Mist Village takes us another step closer to taking our land back. Don't fool yourself, though, Paladin. This fight is far from over. Here, you've more than earned this. You may need it when you go up against Windrunner Village. The Papaneeks, the final battle against the Ghostlands villages is upon you. Windrunner Village to the southwest has been overrun by a large force of more powerful Scourge shock troopers, shades, and gargoyles. You will be the spear point of our offensive by thinning out their numbers. The Magisters at the nearby Sanctum of the Sun have made a special request this time. They want the remains from these Scourge to study in hopes of finding creative ways of fighting them. Good hunting.
Keep your wits about you.
Our enemies will fall.
These are remarkably powerful. I'm very pleased with your work.
Remember the sun well.
What would you ask of death?
You have something to show me? Ah, Lazrin and Knucklerot. Not looking so tough anymore, are you? I can see that you're still looking ugly as ever. Take one of these rewards. You've earned it. Huh. We get our choice of a ring. Not bad. Keep it up. We could use a few more people like you around here.
Remember, patience.
Cleanse toxins. I've gone from 19 to 22 just by turning in all these quests. Dude, get down from there. I'm on the lookout.
And you are?
Have you obtained the specimens that I asked of you? Yes, I've got the spines. Oh, excellent. These spines will be invaluable to my research. When I find a cure for the plague and word of my name spreads, I will make sure to make mention of you. In the meantime, take these as a reward. You might need them if you decide to go back to the coast. Increases swim speed by 100% for 20 seconds.
Victory for Sylvanus.
Uh-huh. We'll pick that one up in just a moment. Let's go turn this one in. Just 2 more to turn in. Just 2 more.
What do you require?
That's a fair job of butchery that you managed there, Paladin. We'll get the miners back to work now. I'm sure that they'll be disappointed that their break is over, but there's armor and weaponry to be made, and that requires ore to be mined. Here, take this as payment for doing your duty. Go get your armor and weapons repaired, and have a drink on me.
Beware the living.
Baladash Malanore.
Disappointing that the Night Elves' plans were not readily apparent at Andorath. However, those objects that looked like small magically grown trees with powered orbs atop them sound interesting. It would appear that we'll need to be more direct in our information gathering efforts. Here, take this coin and these potions. I believe that you'll have use for them before we're done dealing with these Night Elves. I am revered already. Now the more direct course of action that we're going to take to figure out what these Night Elves are really up to is to have you go to their island and steal any information that you can come by. I want you to head west down the road out of town to Shalandis Isle, just off the coast. Go there and recover any plans that they might have on the island or on their ship.
Hold your head high.
What now?
Paladin, I want you to reclaim Windrunner Spire. It's an honor, really. Windrunner Spire is the original home of Lady Sylvanus Windrunner, Queen of the Forsaken and former Ranger General of the Elves. But now it has been overrun by the mindless Scourge. To get there, take the road south until it branches, and then take the right fork, and after crossing the Dead Scar to continue southwest, you can't miss.
Trust no one.
Sure. See, I would have been like, wait, could you say that again, please? Can I write that down? Blah, blah, blah. What is going on here? Are they having a mount-off? Oh my gosh, they are. I mean, I've got plenty of good options here. If they want to keep going with this. These days I find it fun to just kind of... This is definitely one of the biggest mounts I've got. Oh, screen freeze. That's what I get. That's what I get for participating in a mount off. I get a screen freeze. Oh, and I had some other good ones to show off too. Like this one. Some of my personal favorites. Alright, that's enough. Look, someone else with the Swift White Hawk Strider. Oh, wait, it's upstairs. I couldn't help it. Look, I put in a lot of time to get some of these mounts, so I kind of felt, you know, the need to participate sometimes. The dark energy that flows through the bodies of reanimated skeletons tends to accumulate primarily in their spine. I've discovered a method of instilling this energy into a potion that boosts our magical abilities against the undead. Bring me some spinal dust, and I'll be glad to provide you with a sample. You'll find an ample number of skeletons wandering the Dead Scar west of here. You don't say. I hear that the Amani trolls eat their enemies' hearts to steal their strength. They might just be onto something. With the proper treatment, the hearts of the unliving can produce potent elixirs. Hunt down the zombies that roam the Dead Scar and bring me their hearts. I'll show you the kind of enchantment that we can perform to your physical prowess against the undead.
Salama Ashalanora.
Wow. Interesting. I think I forgot to pick up the other quest that was there. But we've now picked up a whole bunch of other quests now. So we've got some more quests to do when we come back. Stay tuned.